Hello, it's Larry Westergaard. I'm the Executive Officer here at the Central Alberta Realtors Association. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to go over some of the features of the new Supra boxes that we've got here at the association now that the exchange has been done, and everybody should now be using this box for all of their listings. Now, one of the first things that you'll notice when you take a look at the two boxes is the difference in the size of them and in the key container that both has. The old one, a much smaller container with a much limited amount of space that a key could fit in. And one of the things that was very problematic about it that I always encountered was the fact that if you were dealing with a condo, for instance, that had an electronic fob or a bunch of keys that you needed for storage rooms, exercise rooms, etc., you just didn't have a lot of room in there. So the new ones have a much bigger area that you can put into it, and if you're dealing with a condo, for instance, that has a large key fob, there is a lot more room for you to put that in there. Another one of the big differences is now that you've got a box that has a much larger area, and some of that is going to be in the battery that is in the newer box. So you've got a situation where you've got a much better battery in the newer boxes than you did on these smaller ones. Another one of the key features that you'll find with this box is that it's a full Bluetooth box. What that really means from you on a day-to-day basis, especially if you're dealing in a rural situation, is you really don't need to worry about cell towers. Because there simply is no communication between this box and an intermediary such as a cell tower and then back to your device. The communication line is from the box to your key, be it the active key from an old school point of view, or the smartphone app that then has all the functions for your key on it. The communication will be directly between the two devices, these two devices, and you don't really need to worry about whether or not you've got cell phone coverage. Now, one of the things you need to make sure of every morning before you go out is that whatever device that you're using is fully updated, be it the active key and making sure that you've done an update on it, or that your smartphone app has communicated to do an update at some point during the evening. Now, what I would do every morning from a practical point of view, just so I didn't get out and get caught when I was doing a showing, is I would actually hit the update button on the device every morning before I left home, just to make sure that the device was and had updated that evening prior, so that when I went out, I didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the day, because it only needs to be done once a day. So just a matter of hitting that update button that is located right there. Now, what I want to do is just take a couple seconds and show you how the basic functions of the box work, and that's getting a key and taking the shackle off. So I'm just going to pop this in here. And now, as I was saying, that this is a total Bluetooth device. And one of the things that it does in order to preserve the battery in the box is it doesn't constantly communicate with anything. In order for it to communicate, the box has to be turned on, and that's done by pushing in on the bottom of the key area, and that activates the device and turns it on, so it will start to communicate with your active key or your smartphone. That is only a 30-second burst. So one of the tips that I would recommend is that you get everything ready to activate on your device, and then hit the bottom of the key part, simply because what I would end up doing is you get to the property, it might be 30 below or it might be raining, and you would you'd activate the device, then start punching things in, and you might be talking and you might get distracted. Then the box shuts off and you got to start it all over again. So by the time you get into the house, you're either really, really wet or really, really cold, and maybe that showing doesn't start off as good as it could. So what I would do is I would go into the device and I would just start entering your information in order to begin the process. So to obtain a key, you just enter your code, push the bottom of the box, the two devices start to communicate. And you're in that quickly. So to get a shackle, it's really easy. You find the open shackle on the top, you press that button, and it's going to give you 3 options, and you probably can't see that. So it asks for your shackle code. It'll ask you a reason why you want, in the second column down, a reason why you want to access the box. You can add it to a new listing, you can remove it from a listing, or you can move this somewhere on the listing, or none of the above. And I'm just going to select none of the above and hit save. And then it asks you if you want to add this box to your inventory. And I'm just going to say no to that. So once again, activate the box. It'll wait. A begin will come up. I'll press begin, communicate, push down, and the shackle comes off, and you can locate that where you need. Now, one thing to notice is that it's a one-step on this box. You release the shackle once and it entirely comes off, whereas with the old boxes, it was a two-step. You had to hit release shackle, one side would pop off, and if you needed to open up to get the second side off, you'd have to do the process over again. On these new boxes, it's just a one-step process. So that's the basics for the use of the new Supra boxes. If you have any other questions or concerns, don't hesitate to call us here at the board, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks a lot.